Good morning. You know, this morning I was wondering how in the world do people do it? And I say this often. How do people do it? I know that when I wake up in the morning, so often, even before I leave the house for work, my mind is going with the issues of the world, with human trafficking. My mind is going crazy with even whether it's just religious issues, political issues, world issues, and then my mind will go round and round with trying to solve relational issues, work issues, family issues, and then my mind will go round and round trying to solve my own inner demons, my own inner I need healed help. And I'm like building a storyline in my mind. Well, if this happens, that could happen. And if this happens, that could happen. And maybe if this happens, that could happen. God might, and I even God eyes it. Well, God might do it this way. God might do it that way. Maybe God will do it this way. Well, how will God do it? And it's not a God honoring God eyesing. It's a me worrying God eyesing. Instead of saying, wow, God, I praise you because you could do this. You could do that. I praise you because you might do that. And you're God and you can do any of it. So just right now, I'm confessing to y'all the negative thought processes that just go and go and go and go in my mind. And I'm standing up this morning to say, I know I'm not the only one. And I know I'm not the only one who needs to take a stand and put my foot on the rock of Christ Jesus and say, no, I'm going to praise you while I'm waiting. I'm going to praise you while I'm watching. I'm going to praise you and know that you're God. You know what's up. You know the end from the beginning. God knows the end from the beginning. And his plans and purposes for us are good. And he already has it. He says, don't even fight. Stand back and watch me work. In Ephesians 3:20, he says, I will do more for you. Paul says, he will do more for me than all I could ask. And then he takes it a step further than all I could even imagine to ask. Now, let me tell you something that Jesus said in Matthew 11. Father, I praise you because you have hidden these things from the wise and learned and revealed them to little children. I can't not figure it all out in my mind. How is God going to do this? How's he going to do that? How's he going to figure it all out? But if, like a little kid, I come to him trusting him, depending on him, knowing that he's doing something, knowing that he's dispatching angels, knowing that he's directing paths, knowing that he's changing hearts, including mine. If I come to him like a little kid and just trust him with it all, my wisdom, my knowledge, my learnedness cannot get it, but my little kid heart and mind can, because it's just trust, it's just faith. And so how do people do it? How do I do it? How do you do it? You know, one of the first things that I think is necessary for us to wrap our mind around the fact that our worrying, our fretting, our planning, our processing, it can't affect what we want it to affect. Jesus says, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke on you. It's easy and light. It's not heavy and burdensome. It's easy and light. How can we get out of the mindset of, I can fix it, or He can fix it, and how's he going to fix it? Let me think about it. How's he going to fix it? Let me talk about it. How's he going to fix it? We can get ourselves out of that spot if we will put ourselves into this spot. His word is sharp and active. His word can change our hearts and minds. His word can bring us the faith that we need for hope in what he's doing. We hope in what he's doing. And this hope is not this, oh, well, I hope so. This hope is where I've placed my faith, where I've placed my energy. It's the knowing that this thing he's doing. And it's not the figuring out of how he's going to do it. How can I get myself out of that space? How can I get myself out of that place? What do you do for 5 minutes every morning that you could ditch and pick this up instead? Jesus said in John 6, the Spirit gives life, the flesh counts for nothing, and the words I have spoken to you are full of the Spirit and of life. This thing is beyond human words. It's spirit words. How do we get ourselves out of the place of what's going to happen? What can I do? Into the place of just knowing that he is God. Just knowing that he has it by hiding his word in our hearts. And how do we hide his word in our hearts if we don't pick the dang thing up and read it? What are you doing for 5 minutes that you could ditch? Are you scrolling? Are you just adding an extra coat of makeup? Are you just double checking your hair? Are you sitting and staring at the TV? 5 minutes. Did you know that if you read this for 15 minutes a day, you could read through the whole thing in 1 year? 15 minutes every single day, you could read through the whole thing in 1 year. Did you know that there's a possibility to read through this twice in 1 year? Sometimes even 3 times. I know it sounds crazy. There's a lot of pages here. But what if you just gave 5 minutes to start? 5 minutes a day. It takes 21 days to start a new habit. Would you join me in 5 minutes a day? Would you join me in 15 minutes a day and read through this Bible in 1 year? Because I'm telling you, what's between the covers, what's within the pages is active, it's alive, and it is sharp. It will change you. It will change me, and not in a knowledge worldly type way. It will change me in a spirit-driven way. A way that sometimes I can't express with words, but I know in my heart, this peace comes. This peace comes and it lays right on my chest. It's from God. It's in spirit language that I cannot make sense of, but he shows this to little children and hides it from knowledgeable worldly people. Would you join me in reading this word and praying out of what you've read to build a relationship with the one who loves you with an everlasting love? It's going to be a great day.